And that's the thing, like women are so willing to leave marriages because they're not happy. This is not about happiness.
Today we're reacting to single mothers are shocked to find out men aren't willing to accommodate their agendas. Let's jump straight in and see what's going on.
After this, Dad drove 160 miles every weekend to see his daughter. He found out that his whole life was a lie, as DNA results proved he wasn't the father. But when the mom celebrated the result in court, just wait to see how it backfired completely.
You are not the father. Miss Miller,
Sorry.
that's a lot of nerve considering the alternative is somebody that don't want nothing to do with you or your child.
I'm sorry.
That's a lot of nerve. What you cheering? I'm a single mother with nobody that loves me or my child. What you cheering for?
I'm not.
No, you were. He is over here breaking down because he loves this child so much. I sit here day after day after day with women hoping a man would drive 16 miles to see their baby, much less 160 miles each way. And you have no compassion for not just him, but for Zaylee. She's 3 years old. Now, he's not just going to be heartbroken. We got to break this news to her.
Bruh. She really cheering like losing the only dude who cared is a win. Man drove 160 miles every weekend, and she's acting like she exposed him. Judge cooked her, though. Now she's got to tell a 3-year-old, yeah, the man who actually loved you. I celebrated him leaving. Can't make it up, bro.
I let them know off rip, I got kids. You can either deal with it or not. You can either come through the door or lock it on your way back out.
Okay, and my answer to that is most guys are not going to. That's the man you described.
Your opinion, a lot of women won't.
It's not. I need you to be objective here. What I'm telling you is the man that you described is extremely rare. If you can go ahead and get a younger woman that doesn't have children and doesn't have these things kind of that would potentially weigh him down and hurt his ability to earn money and or save money, he's probably going to go with that. And then also, interestingly enough, when we asked you about the
Bruh. She hit him with the take it or leave it energy, like men are lining up to be stepdads for free. And he's just calmly explaining reality. Ma'am, that man you're describing is a Pokemon. Rare. Mythical. Doesn't spawn often. Then she hits him back with, but you'll be miserable. Like, ma'am, why does choosing a woman without kids automatically equal misery? Some of y'all swear men are out here begging for extra responsibilities like it's a prize.
I'm curious, being a single mother, do you think it's harder dating now or before you had kids?
I was with my ex-husband for 20 years. And we were married for 14 years.
Wow.
Essentially, who was kind of the only guy that I dated, you know, dipping my foot back in the dating pool in my 40s. It's been horrible. It's been awful. I haven't dated in months. It's been a complete and total train wreck. And it's a waste of time, honestly. I think it's exhausting and just not a good place to put my energy.
Oh, here we go. Dipping the foot back in the pool after 20 years like it's some casual swim. Bro, dating in your 40s with kids isn't a train wreck because men are evil. It's literally a full-on obstacle course. And the kicker? She says it's a waste of time. Nah, the waste of time was expecting dudes to bend their whole lives around yours. Classic.
I have a kid. Now that I have my kid, I might be this, oh, I'm a boss bitch, da, da, da. But deep down in my heart, I would do absolutely anything to be at home and be like always with my child. But unfortunately, like he's right. And that shit's hard. Like, unfortunately, since I'm by myself, I gotta hustle, you know? Yeah. But I would do anything to have a man.
Ah, classic. I'm a boss bitch, but really I just want a man. Bro, she wants all the perks a man, a home life, and zero compromise, but expects dudes to show up like it's easy street. Real talk. Most guys aren't lining up to sign up for that full-time chaos package.
Can someone tell me why dating in your 30s is so bad? Like, it's not even normal. This is not normal. It was not like this in my early 20s.
Is having kids baggage? Is being divorced baggage? They do my makeup with me whilst we talk annoying things men do in dating. Okay, does a body count matter? If you're specifically in your 40s, please comment, like, how does it get worse? Tell me. I am an independent girly and I am gonna take down this bed.
Update on independent woman life.
So I went on a date with someone who knew I had children. Well, I've got one little girl. Knew my situation. And then after said that I was a lovely person, but my child was baggage. For me, I just think there's like immaturity in men.
Of
but
course.
to label children baggage, like, I just don't get it.
Ah, here we go. Dating in your 30s is so bad. Bro, let me translate. I'm independent, got a kid, and apparently that's baggage. And the dude tells her straight up her kid is baggage, and she's shocked. Bruh. Reality check. Some guys aren't tripping over themselves to adopt full-time responsibilities on date 1. Classic wonders why dating is hard, but keeps acting like the rules don't apply.
She will now be ready to unsubscribe from Pandora's on YouTube and cancel her Sprinkle memberships.
Sprinkle, sprinkle.
And then actually seek therapy from a qualified official. Now she has gotten therapy and she's giving her life to God. She is around 35 to 40 years of age. She has had all her kids, don't want any more. She will not have sex until she is married because the Bible says so. She is ready to submit, cooperate, and do whatever you ask. Her past has no power over her influence anymore. All of her friends are married and brag about the beauty of blended families, which gives her even more motivation. She's sagging a little bit and got a little weight on her because she don't have time to take care of herself due to the workload and stress of raising her kids. She needs you and she wants you. But this will not last, so you better get in while you can. Because once her kids get to the point where they're old enough to either take care of themselves or leave the house as adults, she'll backslide. She will revert to her old ways, and her demands and standards will be reintroduced.
Bro, what the hell is this? This dude's hyping her like she's some rare Pokemon, but really, she's just a grown woman running her life, and now guys are expected to jump through hoops because she needs you for a limited time. Nah. Fam, most men aren't rushing to sign up for a ticking time bomb of expectations and standards. That's peak delusion right there.
Would you rather be married and miserable or single and lonely?
Single and lonely as long as I have my money. If you ain't not my thought process, I cannot have you around me because you're going to fuck up my life.
Can you be lonely and not miserable?
You can be lonely and have a blast. 9 times out of 10, when somebody tells you they're lonely, are they happy?
No.
Are they happy?
No. I disagree.
Are they happy?
I've been lonely and happy. You can be lonely and happy. You cannot be miserable and happy. It doesn't make sense.
When I'm feeling lonely, it's easier for me to feel loved if I go around people I love. When I'm miserable, I could be around y'all and I'm still miserable.
Ah, finally some sense. Single and lonely greater than married and miserable. 100%. Bro, I'll take my money, my peace, and my sanity over a lifetime of stress any day. You can't buy happiness from someone else if she's miserable. She's dragging everybody with her. Lonely? Fine. Miserable? Nah, pass.
Once you reach a certain age or you have kids, you can't sit there and like demand the same quality of man anymore. If I walked around and I was like, yo, I want a bad bitch. Bad bitches need to like me even though I'm a fat slob. Yeah, like take me as I am. Like just accept me for being a fat slob. 29, you have a child, you can't demand certain caliber of men anymore, unfortunately. So then you got two options. It's either I'm gonna lower my standards and live in reality of what I can actually attract, I can write a check that I can actually cash, or you're gonna stay single. What do you want?
There it is. The brutal truth nobody wants to say. Bro, she's out here acting like she can demand a bad bitch to worship her while she's 29 with a kid. Nah. Reality check. The market don't work like that. Either you lower your standards or stay single, simple as that. Men don't owe anyone fairy tale outcomes, especially when expectations are sky high.
Single mothers are recreational use only. You don't marry those women. That's a bad move for you as a man.
Why? Because of the baggage? Because of the kids? Because of the just...
There's far too much risk. Well, we already know that marriage is terrible for men in general. You get marrying a single mother, now you're bringing kids into the equation that you're going to have to provide and protect for that aren't your own seed. And if that woman breaks up with you, now you're going to get hit with a double whammy of you lose her and the kids that you built an attachment with.
Is that the biggest L you can take?
It's going to be...
What's the worst L you can take?
Marrying a single mom is very bad. As a man, it is not in your best interest to marry a single mother. I know a bunch of people, oh my God, that's so... The reality is when you look at it from a logical perspective, you take on way too much risk because now you might lose that woman. And then on top of that, every kid that you build an attachment with, and here's the other part, you have no legal rights to those children because they're not yours.
He's speaking straight facts. Marrying a single mom, that's like signing up for double L energy. Kids, baggage, zero legal rights. Bro, you could get crushed emotionally and financially. Reality check. It's not about hating women. It's about self-preservation. Some risks aren't worth taking, and this, peak risk territory.
I have the utmost respect for all females, but this is a male advisory channel. Gentlemen, I would not advise you to marry a single mother. Here are the 8 disadvantages of marrying a single mother. 1, you can never discipline that child. It's not good. 2, if the mother leaves, that's it. You have no hold over the child at all. Even though you had an emotional bond with that child, doesn't matter. If the mother is pissed off at you, she will use that against you. 3, your resources goes into another man's DNA. 4, if it's a girl, huge problem. All it takes is female teenage rage for her to accuse you of any sexual act. The mother will never ever forgive you over her child, and the relationship will never be the same again. 5, there will never be spontaneous sex. 6, you will always need a babysitter. 7, you will always be in a relationship with the father of the child as well. You will never have time to build a relationship with the mother alone. Relationships are hard enough as it is. You shouldn't have a third person involved. And 8, and you will never ever come first.
Bruh, this list is brutal, but he ain't lying. You marry a single mom, and suddenly you're third place forever behind the kid, the ex, and all the drama. No control, no spontaneous sex, no first place status. Fam, that's peak L energy. Men don't sign up for that kind of stress package, and honestly, smart move avoiding it.
So I have been a single mum for about 18 months now, so I feel like I'm pretty qualified to chat on the topic. Does it get easier? No. However, do you get hotter? Yes. And a win's a win, so you'll be fine.
Bro, she really just said single mom 18 months. Doesn't get easier, but I got hotter. Yeah, congrats. That's cool and all, but it doesn't change the fact that dating a single mom comes with built-in chaos and extra baggage. Hot? Sure. Low risk? Nah. Peak reality check right there.
I think we should break up. I don't think this is working.
Okay.
That's all you got? Okay.
Well, what did you expect? That we cuddle?
Bro, she just hit him with the classic, I think we should break up, and expects fireworks. Nah, fam, that's the most underwhelming L you can get. No explanation, no emotion, just poof. Men see this and be like, cool, guess I'm single again. Peace.
I'm going to be aggressive because nobody wants to hear this, because what you want me to say today is actually being a single mother is totally possible. It actually isn't. It was never meant to happen for the human race, number 1. Number 2, single biggest determiner of whether a mother is a good mother, what do you think it is? This is going to blow your mind when I tell you the answer. Whether they have a supportive partner. The major argument for good dads is actually, can the dad be there for the mom? Because it's like a direct chain is what we see. What you see is that if you've got a father figure, basically, who's supportive to the mother's energy goes towards the children. But the second that she doesn't have that supportive energy, she collapses, is what happens. And then the kids get starved. And we're not actually supposed to be living in a single-family household, so it's supposed to be a lot more support towards mom than just dad. But I'm going with standard societal structure. You are a victim of a society that was never meant to work this way.
Bro, she really said being a single mom was never meant to happen for the human race. Translation: it's hard, messy, and men aren't lining up to fix it for free. Supportive dad? Sure, that helps. But reality check. Most guys aren't out here trying to prop up someone else's whole life. Peak male frustration. Right there.
Mom of 7, and I'm 33.
Okay.
With being a mom of 7, do you think that a woman of multiple children is still capable of finding someone?
First, let me ask you before I make the statement. Do the kids have the same father?
Yes, they do.
Okay, well, that's a good thing. That's a good thing. Okay, so this is hold on. We're talking about 7 children, okay? This is no offense to you, because it's absolutely possible for you to find a quality man. What makes it a tad bit difficult is that you have to find a man who has the financial footing to take care of you and 7 children. And then you also have to be able to find a man who is going to be willing to come in and create structure in that household. 7 children on 1 person is a lot to create structure in. So Are you going to have the ability to be able to love this man in a way that he needs to be loved, in a way that registers as love to him when you have to love 7 other individuals? You're going to need a man who can love those children as his own. Yeah. That is a huge responsibility to put on a person who does not have those children. Those are not his kids. But if I were you, no disrespect, I'll try to work it out with the father.
No, here
This comment right here, I really don't think that he's speaking for all men, because I know that there will be somebody that steps up one day to be some sort of father figure for my child. It's also very, like, I'm very surprised that you felt comfortable actually typing this out and commenting on someone's video. Like, it's just the wildest thing. You don't know my circumstances with my child or his father. Yeah, that's basically it. So hopefully he's not speaking for all men out there, but this was just really disappointing to see.
When she asked the question if a man would date a single mother, this is the response she has gotten from a lot of men. Of course she didn't like it, but almost everyone in that comment section was in agreement because they see no benefit in dating a single mother.
I find it really stupid when I see men trying to make it a point that single mother standards are way too high. But wouldn't you think that a good mother or a good woman, period, would want the best for her children and want the best around her children? So you best believe that my standards are going to be through the roof. At this point, my standards are so high, I think I'm looking for Jesus Christ himself. Because, baby, I devote my life to being a mother and being a good woman so I can be a good mother. So yes, if you want to mess with me on that type of level, you need to prove to me why you are worthy of my time and why you are worthy to be in my child's presence on a consistent basis. Because I'd rather be alone forever than have my time wasted. So let me just make this clear. Don't take me being a single mother with a grain of salt. Just know that I work my ass off and I'm tired, okay? But I work my ass off as I should. So if you come into my life, you should be making things easier, not harder. And that goes for any relationship. But I'm quick to leave all types of situations.
Bro, she really out here like men are supposed to audition for sainthood just to exist around her kid. Standards through the roof? Looking for Jesus himself? Fam, that's peak unattainable energy. Translation for us dudes: either bring a miracle or keep moving. Men aren't lining up to run an Olympic-level trial just to date someone's kid.
And that's the thing, like, women are so willing to leave marriages because they're not happy. This is not about happiness. The most important thing is the children. And the problem is we have a modern society where it's me, my feelings, leave when I feel like it, instead of doing what's best for the kid.
Oh, here we go. It's all about the kids, not happiness. Bro, translation: I'm unhappy. I bounced. But somehow it's still your fault you didn't stop me. Peak male rage, moment men are out here building lives, and she's treating marriage like a rental she can just return when bored. Unreal.
Most of y'all saying y'all wouldn't date single mothers have never dated a single mother a day in your life. You just have this negative stigma on single mothers because you're applying a shit ton of stereotypes to her that society has indoctrinated you to do so.
Single mothers don't understand that the second they get single mothers, even if they are good mothers, no one ever complains about that. It doesn't mean your value is not lower. The second you become a mother, your value in the marketplace of dating is completely lowered. Men do not prefer to be with women that have kids.
Bruh. Facts. Single mothers can be amazing, but reality check. Dating market doesn't bend for kids. Men aren't lining up to adopt someone else's whole life. Your value in the game drops, no cap. That's just how it is.
Women have when they're young falls off a cliff in extraordinary rapidity. Now, here's the thing, though, is that when we're young and we have less sexual market value than women, supply and demand, hormones and receptivity, we can screw up for a while, and I'm sure everyone has, I know I have, but then you can recover, right? So, I went to theater school. I got a history degree because I'm all about the earning, right? But then I was like, wake up, dude. And I went and started a software company. So you can shake it off and you can turn things around. If a woman takes full advantage of that sexual magnetism of youth and, hoingo boingos around the community, then by the time she hits her late 30s, it's too late. And then you get like a half century of regret. And one of my biggest tweets was me just saying, women, your eggs die at 40, you live to 80. What are you going to do for 40 years?
Bro, He's just spitting cold facts here. Women peak in sexual market value young. Men can grind, recover, level up. But once a woman hits late 30s after burning all her options, reality hits hard. Peak male frustration energy. Men age like fine wine. Some women just expire.
Once you reach a certain age or you have kids, you can't sit there and like demand the same quality of man anymore. What if I walked around and I was like, yo, I want a bad bitch. Bad bitches need to like me even though I'm a fat slob. Yeah, like take me as I am. Like just accept me for being a fat slob. 29, you have a child, you can't demand certain caliber of men anymore, unfortunately. So then you got two options. It's either I'm gonna lower my standards and live in reality of what I can actually attract, I can write a check that I can actually cash, or you're gonna stay single. What do you want?
29, got a kid, and expecting a bad bitch to worship a fat slob? Nah, fam. Reality don't work like that. Either lower your standards or stay single, simple as that. Men aren't handing out trophies for entitlement.
When I got divorced, it was difficult to imagine what my life would look like.
I don't look at my dating life as a failure. I also don't look at my 10-year marriage ending as a failure.
When my husband left, there was an immediate sense of relief. I want to take a moment and read this comment. All I heard was, blah, blah, blah. I left my husband because my happiness was more important than my kids' well-being, and I'm a selfish person and a miserable wife.
I'm 38, I'm single. That's by choice because I left my 10-year marriage because I experienced a lot of psychological abuse.
First dates are just supposed to be a vibe check. Are you actually attracted to the other person? Is there some chemistry? Can you have fun together?
I'm 38 and single, and I would never go on a walk or a hike date for a first date.
I have done full background checks on men before first dates.
I only date great men, and I only have positive experiences while dating. Positive experiences.
I dated this guy and we were having like kind of the exclusivity talk, and I was like, yeah, you know, I'm gonna delete my dating apps. And he's like, yeah, I think I'm just gonna keep mine.
I did it again. I begged a mediocre man to love me when he obviously did not have the emotional capacity to do so. And what's so frustrating is that I have to learn this lesson over and over and over. I have